he say?
I don't know.
Attention player, you will receive an identity sphere. Everything you do or activated synchronize, proceed to games.
What am I supposed to do?
Get it done.
Get it done.
Parents, for your support, both JV and varsity. You guys helped to truly make this a special season, and I think one that we'll always remember. It was a historical season, and I don't want to take any thunder away from the varsity coaches when they speak, but I was very proud as a coach to see the success that they had, that the boys had at the varsity level. Coaching many of them, some of them I didn't get the chance to coach. But, you know, seeing those guys and giving those players hugs after the win against Bellarmine was something that was truly special. And it felt like I had won the WCL championship. And, you know, I told some of my friends and some of my friends who I played varsity volleyball with here at SI, and they were just as happy, you know, that I told them that as if they, you know, they won it themselves. And it was amazing. It was that you really started to see the program kind of become a program with that. And players from years past felt the pride of winning and finally beating Bellarmine. But, you know, I just wanted to thank you parents once again, because without your support, we couldn't have a successful program on the JV and varsity levels. With that being said, this year we had a good season, I would say, at the JV level. And although I have no idea what our record was, that's actually the truth, I have no idea what our record was. I know it was a successful season by the way our players improved throughout the season and the plays that they made on the court. Balls that they would have missed beforehand, they were now getting to. They were making great passes. Times where they would have hit it out, they were making tips and tipping it into the right area. And they were understanding the game a little better. The way to block, turning their hands in. Okay, I won't let that happen. I got told I won't let that happen again. And they were realizing and starting to learn and make adjustments on the court. And that was something that was great to see as a coach. This year, we definitely had an interesting team because I think it's the largest team ever assembled for a JV volleyball in the history of America. We actually had a small number. We were thinking about trying to overtake the state of Oregon with our volleyball team, but those plans were foiled, unfortunately. With that being said, I'll get to the guys. This first player is a player who was new to the game, as was pretty much almost everybody on the team except for 2 players. And this kid has a definite future in the program as a back row player. The one thing that really stood out about this kid was during a tournament we played in Sacramento. We were down and we were losing. And I said, okay, we got to do something. We're down by 11 here. I just need to put in a server. Who's going to serve the ball hard? And I put this kid in, and he hadn't got in the entire tournament up until that point. And I told him, I said, hey, you're going to go in pretty soon. Just get ready. And he looked at me and he said, okay, coach. And I sub him in. And he gets up there, and his first serve, he hits the ball as hard as he can. He just swings. Ball has top spin, lands in the empty area, bam, ace. The entire team jumps up. You see him, the stress kind of just relieve off of his shoulders. And I think he ended up rattling off 6 or 7 straight points for us. We ended up losing the game, but I think we won the next game. We won the next game, and that was the big thing. It gave us momentum for the next game to win. And it was all because of this kid. So David Berry, come on up. All right. And I'm looking around. Who's missing? And the coach had said the kid's name. And I was furious. And I said, listen, tell him if he doesn't get here in 5 minutes, he's going to have to get his own ride to practice. And I asked, where was he? And they said he was at KFC on Terraville. So he ends up calling his dad, who I think was working downtown, somewhere not close, to go and pick him up and bring him to Holy Trinity. And when he gets to the gym, one of the players asked, how was the chicken? That other player also then nicknamed him the Colonel. So for the rest of the season, he was the Colonel because of his love for Kentucky Fried Chicken and making him late for practice. This player is also a setter, and I think he has a bright future. He had the best set of hands on our team, and he'll do great for us next year at the JV level. This player is Christian Hall. What I'm talking about. Forgive me. I'm just joking. I should have put Colonel on there. Actually, let me get that back. This next certificate goes to a player who made a huge impact on our team. Not so much for his play, although he was.
Lynn brought to me some old records of St. Ignatius, and I was taking a little peek. I'm like, okay, 2003, 4 and 8. 2004, 0 and 12, 2005, 0 and 12, season 2 and 10, 3 and 9, and last year we were 3 and 9, and this year, after the WCAL playoffs and beating Bellarmine, we were 12 and 3.
Everybody doesn't realize how important she was to the program this year, but if it weren't for Lacey Dunn allowing Steve to come and coach and sacrificing motherhood and all that stuff that goes with it, we would not have had such an amazing coach in Steve Dunn. I don't really even know what goes into it. I'm sure the mothers could explain more, but I have a feeling that their next kid, Lacey's going to have about 6 months off and not do a thing because she was busy taking care of Ford while Steve was directing championship volleyball teams. But again, I don't think the players realize how lucky they were to have a coach like Steve, and again, it is such a great thing that I know when Ford was born in July, it was a big thing was, do you think Steve could come back? And I really didn't know. I don't know how it would work, but somehow they made it work, and I know not because of him, but it's because of Lacey. So we're really thankful.